I want to talk about my trading psychology and why trading less is actually more profitable. And a lot of people don't like it, but it does work for me. My name is Eli. I'm a professional options trader. I manage over $8.8 billion currently. And in this video, I just want to go over exactly what my thought process is, why I think it is more profitable to trade less, and show you my broker statement for this year and this year's trades so you can have an idea of what's going on. So why trading less is more profitable? Well, number one is the issue for most traders is most option traders over trade. They're taking too many low probability trades and end up suffering massive losses. When the time comes, right? So when there's some volatility in the market, they end up losing a lot of money very, very quickly, even though they seem really profitable for 7-8 months in a row. And it happens to like basically every new option seller, including me, right? You think that you figured it out, you make 5-6%, 10% a month for 7-8 months. You think you're a genius, and then one bad trade and you don't know what to do, right? Regardless if you have a stop loss or if you don't, you just took low probability trades that happen to work out, but in a tough year like 2025, taking these trades would have caused you a lot of harm and a lot of losses, right? So my approach is very simple. My job as a trader is to be patient and enter positions where the odds are clearly in my favor, or basically extremely high probability setups. All right, so it's really simple. Our job as traders is just to recognize where we have a really good edge and then execute it based on the tools we have, the different strategies, whatever it might be. So really, really simple. We are looking for a good deal, right? Like anything in life, in business and real estate, if you're just kind of buying real estate, just buying left, right, and center, without looking at the numbers and looking at the neighborhood, whatever costs, or the neighborhood average prices and the rents that you can possibly rent out a unit or whatever you do, you flip a house. If you're just going to buy everything, you're not going to perform well. You might even lose some money, right? The best real estate, I guess, more successful real estate people, investors, they have a very specific deals that they're getting into where the upside is really, really probable and the downside is really limited, right? So it's kind of the same thing here and in any business, really, if you think about it. So for option selling specifically, I'm looking for relatively high volatility, because when we sell options, we basically want high volatility or relatively high volatility. And then after I found a relatively high volatility situation, I decide if there is a clear and simple position to open, and this is based on fundamentals, right? And if you want to know exactly how I open positions, I have a video about it. I'll link it down in the description. My trade selection process, again, really simple. There's nothing crazy about it, but it's just makes sense, and you just need to be patient. Now, year to date, I am up 24% on my account, with 12 out of 13 wins while having minimal account P&L fluctuations. And in the next slide, I'll show you a detailed broker statement. I think I'm up 24.4% on the year, so it's not too bad. And this is my own account that I'm going to show, obviously. Now, next thing is patience is key ingredient here, right? So patience is everything in any business. Again, you need to wait and strike when the odds are clearly in your favor. Again, this is not some revolutionary idea. This is a very simple, applies to basically all businesses, right? And option selling is a business. So this year I had open positions for a total of 134 days out of a total of 330 days so far this year. So 60% of the time I don't have any open positions, which means I have no risk from my capital, and I just have everything held in T-bills regardless, and I can sell options against it. But 60% of the time I'm not in a trade, right? So this is pretty remarkable if you think about it. Most people just have positions all the time, right? And if you have positions all the time, obviously your risk goes up. But at the same time, there are, it's very rare to see a market where you have good opportunities all the time. It can happen, obviously. Some years can seem that way, but usually, especially in years like 2025, There's a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty, so things gonna go really wild. So I'm really happy with the amount of time I spent in the market, and then the majority of the time I'm spending off the market, right? So ideally, I would want to be off the market for 2/3 of the time that of the possible time I can be in the market. So 66% of the time. Currently, I'm 60% of the time not involved in any positions. But again, this is, I think, one of the ingredients. I think this is what got me to where I am right now. I know there's many different approaches, but this is for people that work with big capitals and don't want to blow their account and are okay with being really, really patient and take minimal risk, right? This is all I'm about. I want to have minimal risk and minimal stress, and I don't want to be trading zero DTE and having some complicated system, which leads me to the last thing is keep it simple. I keep it simple. I don't have any fancy strategies, none at all. I tried everything. I'm a simple guy. I'm in no way, shape, or form a genius, right? So I like to keep things simple, so I can just explain it to anyone and they can clearly understand what I'm talking about. And this again seems to be working really well. I've been doing it for over 10 years at this point, 3 years as a professional trader, working with a lot of capital, with family capital. So I think it speaks for itself, especially in the year like this, 2025, when the market is being swinging up and down like crazy, and the year is not even over yet. So let's look at some of the trades I've done this year, and also at my broker statement. So here's a broker statement for my account, January 1st to December 5th, 2025. So like I said, up 24.4% so far this year. Not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. Could have done, quite a bit better this year. I could have performed much better. Position size was quite small to begin the year, but up to June. But it is what it is. I'm always gonna make some small adjustments, but I'm overall pretty happy. I'm up on a tough year like this with just basically only one loss, and that loss just came the previous month in November, and it was a pretty small loss. So these are basically all of my trades. I keep them all in Discord. I have really good reasoning for entry and exit explanations, so it's kind of easy to follow it, which again I think it's really important for me to be transparent with everything I do. I don't sell courses, I don't charge for Discord memberships. I'm really against this stuff. If I'm actually a successful trader, I'm not gonna need all this stuff, right? So which I believe I am. So I think the most important trade I think to talk about is probably the last one, where I took a loss, 40% of credit. It was the only loss of the year, and this trade I lost 2.8% of my account, right? So I was up about 27% on the year before this trade. At 27 point something. Now I'm up 24.4. So this trade, it was a short strangle. I opened it, right after, I believe, right after November 2nd, after the US, the Trump and President Xi meeting, and it just kind of ended up going against us. Something sudden happened. It went against us, and we just kind of closed the position because it was not worth the risk. Took the loss, and then I just kind of continue on. But overall, pretty happy with the trades. Traded a lot of, there was a mix. So crude oil, we have soybean, another soybean, and then we had, I think, 3 trades on natural gas. 1, 2, 3 trades were all pretty successful. We had a silver trade. I think it's the height of all tariffs in April 13 when they announced then the 90-day delay on the tariffs. Then we had a few more just before it. I think this was on February 11th, so right before all the craziness in April 2nd for the tariffs. And again, overall, pretty good year. Could have done better, but it is what it is. We are going to do better next year. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, let me know. There's no upfront cost. It's all performance-based. So I feel like it's as fair as it gets. Thank you again. And if you want to join the Discord, also just email me. I will have my email address below in the description. And I will catch you in the next one.